Hi guys, welcome to another SLTV Wrestling Roundtable podcast. We are here as always. This week we're going to try something a little bit different. So we're going to do, as you can see from the episode, we're doing SummerSlam stuff, but we're trying to move away from SummerSlam Fallout and move into Clash in Paris and focus more on what's next rather than what's happened. Everyone talks about what's happened. We want to talk about what's next. We'll push into the future. We will throw it around the table and we'll get into it. And then we've got some little breakdown bits as well where we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Hopefully it'll be a good show. If it's not, this will probably be the only one. So who cares? You know what I mean? It's all good. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Adam, are you okay?
Yeah, mate. I went to the Burning Heart show in Manchester over the weekend. It was a very good show, very fun show. Opening tag match between Lycos Jim and a tag team that I'd not seen before called the Rapture, which are based in Orlando, and they were very, very good.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're going to get a bit of a move round again some point. There was a very fun main event between Mark Haskins and Wild Boar Mike Hitchens for the Burning Heart Championship, which was a no DQ match. And Wild Boar went through a door.
The door.
A
You just
door.
yeah.
Yeah, so they sort of they were using a lot of chairs and they were doing a lot of the kendo sticks and all this kind of stuff. And then they sort of went away into a different area, came back with a literal door, which thankfully didn't have a metal handle on it or anything like that. But me and Sam were sort of trying to predict what was going to happen with the door. And I sort of said at one point, I said, I wonder if they're going to balance it in between the ropes and then use it as a table, or maybe across two chairs and as a table. But then he propped it up in the corner. He ran at Mark Haskins, did a sort of Kevin Owens style cannonball thing. Haskins moved out of the way, door exploded. It was a good spot. It was a very good spot.
The ball for the ball through the door.
Bourne at the door. Bourne
Yeah.
at the door. You know. But yeah, it was a very, very good show. So highly recommend them if they are around again soon. I'm sure they will be. They tend to be doing Manchester and Liverpool and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Good.
Callum, you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I calculated last night that I've been up past 1 a.m. the last 5 nights in a row. Saturday, Sunday, SummerSlam. Monday, I watched the start of Raw. Tuesday was a mad day because I went out to watch the Naked Gun film in Nottingham. And then after that, went to watch Nottingham Forest versus Fiorentina friendly. We weren't back from that until about 11. So by the time the adrenaline in my soul had worn off after a 0-0 draw, it had gone midnight. And then last night, it just so happened it was 1 a.m. and I hadn't gone to bed yet. So looking for an early night at some point. It might be coming soon, but probably not very
Maybe.
quickly.
Maybe. Yeah, I stayed up to watch. I watched all of SummerSlam live, except I fell asleep about 30 seconds before the Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles match ended. Um, and yeah, missed the main event and then had to go out in the day. So I basically muted. I muted our chat. I muted everything. I just didn't have notifications for anything on my phone because I was like, I'm not getting this spoiled. And I'm happy I didn't because I mean, I quite like what happened. A lot of people don't, but I'm a bit, I don't know. Yeah, I like it. Also, I will say, we have an annual trip to Chester Zoo with Rachel's family. So all the kids and that. I went there yesterday. I am absolutely knackered. Walking around the zoo for God knows how many hours. But um I was wearing my Progress t-shirt, right? And bumped into a random person wearing a Super Strong Style 16 2018 t-shirt.
Nice.
And the pair of us. Have you seen that meme where it's you see someone in a wrestling t-shirt and it's from Always Sunny, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was a bit like that. I was just like, hey, my guy. So yeah, it was nice
Amy
to.
had a long running thing where she was like, I can't go out in public with you because someone always has to mention the t-shirt that you're wearing or something that you're doing.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
then it kind of happened, but it wasn't wrestling related. I was in B&M in Manchester with Ruby, and I was wearing my Boys Get Sad 2 hoodie, and
yeah,
some guy just went, "Mate, I've got to give you a fist bump for that." And like that's nice because every time
yeah,
that
yeah.
happens, like it happened when we went to Hamilton and someone sort of stopped me when I was wearing a t-shirt and stuff like that, and that's always a nice conversation to have. But the wrestling ones also get a very good
It happens a
security
lot.
guards. Actually, it was after the last week's podcast when I was wearing my Dom and Ray one.
Oh
A
yeah,
security guard sort of just he kept eyeing me up, and I thought, "Oh shit, does he think I've done something here?" And he went,
yeah,
"Nice t-shirt."
yeah. I get a lot. To be fair, I get a lot at the school because kids watch wrestling.
Yeah.
So I always wear a wrestling t-shirt going to school. So I get when I drop take it off. So I get a lot of that. But I got free I got free stuff from the Krispy Kreme, didn't I? Free donut holes because I was wearing my Mox t-shirt.
All right.
And the biggest one I think was when I was wearing my Bray t-shirt, like the day he died, and
Yeah.
I took Thea swimming. She had a swimming lesson, and someone came over and like proper patted me on the back and like put their arm around me and was like, "Oh, it's proper shit." And I was like, "Wow, like that, like I needed that." That was yeah. But yeah, it happens quite a lot. Like it's
So
random.
bizarre because like in that vacuum of going to a show when everyone's wearing a wrestling t-shirt,
Yeah,
everyone's just like, "We're just here out on
yeah.
the street." Like, "Oh, there's a Rogue One."
Yeah, like I always try and like I remember, um, not a wrestling t-shirt, but obviously I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, so I've got a Packers hoodie, and I get stopped weirdly in Costco, like, and they don't even ask me,
I feel like
like,
that's a stereotype.
yeah,
Not that
weirdly,
you've stereotyped, but I feel like that's
easy,
fitting a
like
stereotype.
easily 3 times, like in the last year, I've been not even stopped. It's one of them where it's like we'll be like paying, or we'll be walking out or walking in or whatever it is, and someone will just randomly who work there are like, "Hey, so what do you think of Aaron Rodgers then?" And I'm just like,
Yeah, that guy.
"What?" I'm like, "What?" Oh, right, okay, fair play.
I
Like,
have the adverse thing to this, right? In that I've got quite a couple of United football jerseys,
yeah,
mainly because they're comfortable, right? And if I was picking a team because I grew up with them, I'd pick
yeah,
United. But I was wearing one when someone delivered shopping like a couple of weeks ago. They went, "Oh, they had a bit of a rough season though, didn't they?" And I'm like, "Don't really know. It's just a comfortable t-shirt. I can't really say anything."
Whereas I'm the opposite. When I wear my Nottingham Forest shirt, sometimes I go out and watch, athletics races around the area, and I wear my Forest shirt and usually get a thing of you Reds back at me.
yeah,
And in a strange way, it's quite nice to see other, football fans of the team that you support sort of say that back at you because you feel like, well, it's giving them some sort of
yeah, man,
inspiration and
yeah,
support as well.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, I will teach you up, Adam, in a few weeks' time when we meet up to
Just in
talk
case
about
if
our new
any.
Yeah.
season. I'll talk to you about the players that they've signed. They've signed Brian and Bremo from Brentford. You've got a huge notepad. Get a bit of paper.
Yeah,
Brian and Bremo
there you
are
go.
signed from Brentford.
It's not
Mateus
going in the
Cunha
Eddie
signed from
notepad.
Wolves.
I've got another one.
Get a
Benjamin
different notepad.
Šeško signing from Leipzig. They've lost a few players. Their manager is Ruben Amorim. There you go.
There you go. I
That'll
mean,
do.
keep all that
That's all you need to
pointless.
know.
Something comes up in pointless.
Oh, I've got a clue up, Anna, in
Yeah,
case we
man.
get asked on.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't use to phone a friend on Pointless. Oh, I'd
Yeah.
like to give my friend Callum a call.
Uh,
One game show, Mr. Farrand.
yeah.
You were awful on 100% Club again on Saturday. I couldn't believe it. You lost. You
I
lost
lost again.
again.
Again
Got the
on the
same
same
question wrong.
question. What are the chances?
Shocking.
Jesus.
Didn't even know it was on repeat viewing on ITV.
That's funny. Um, I forgot. I was going to say something. I can't think what it was.
What, they were here to do a SummerSlam
Oh yeah,
podcast?
but no, it was something about t-shirt. Oh, that was it. A few years ago, I've got a Ultimate Warrior t-shirt, which is
Hmm.
just the paint on a yellow t-shirt, right? And I was in Asda, and someone seen it and was like, "Oh my God, the Ultimate Warrior! Like that's amazing! Oh, I love that!" Like he was like not an old fella, but like he was like my age. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like older. And we kept bumping into each other down aisles, and every time he see me, he was like, "Oh my God!" And then he'd stop being like, "Still love that t-shirt," and just start going, "Hulk Hogan, Hulk Hogan."
Like aisle 10 is like shaking,
I was
shaking the
just like,
aisle,
"Okay,
shaking the shelves.
okay,
Shaking the trolley.
I'm cool with this. It's all good. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, said Hulk
Picks
Hogan
a,
every single time. Hulk
picks a
Hogan.
trolley up in his hands and does a military press slam.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, sounds. I'm getting slammed on the sugar here, I'm telling you. Right. So with this new format that we're doing, we're not going to break down all the matches. We're not going to like go in and do what we usually do. What's next? What's this? What's that? What's this? We've picked three top moments from the show. I'm gonna do them kind of in order because it makes more sense than being like, oh, it's the end of anything. So, one of the moments that we've all decided on the moments before, by the way. So it's not nine moments. That would be ridiculous. We'd be here all day. So the first major moment of the show we've decided is that TLC match. There you go. I feel like I've missed out because I haven't done watch a three-word review, but
That
we'll do that.
TLC match.
I'll do that. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Yeah, the TLC match used to proper bum the head in of a TLC match, don't you?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Like proper bum its head in though. So, used to can chat on.
Oh, it did absolutely everything I needed it to and wanted it to.
Right.
And like all these teams getting a bit of a spotlight, all these teams getting a showcase. But then things like, well, first of all, to mention that as soon as Alicia Taylor started saying this year is the 25th anniversary of the first ever TLC match,
Hmm.
and to celebrate we have two. And as soon as she said we have two of the teams, I went, "Oh, Matt and Jeff are at SummerSlam." Because I'm like, I'm gonna be edgy Christian, but it'll be Matt and Jeff and the Dudleys. And obviously, they showed the Dudleys first, and then they showed the Hardys. But it's that thing of, and it happened a couple of times over the weekend where it did go WWE Hall of Famers, the Dudleys, and then they go WWE Legends, the Hardys, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's going to change soon. That's changing soon. We're having it. Like they referred to Stephanie McMahon as a WWE icon. Like,
Yes.
why is she getting the next level up?
Do you want a tiny tidbit of about Stephanie McMahon?
Go on,
Do you know the top she was wearing?
not off the top of my head, no.
Whatever top it was that she was
Right.
wearing. 3 grand it cost. 3 grand. It was just like a
Absolute insanity.
blue vest top thing. 3 grand.
Burning Out t-shirt, 30 quid. No, it
Hey.
wasn't. It was 20.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's 20.
Bargain.
Stephanie, you should go shopping at other places.
Bargain.
Absolute bargain. There you go.
Um,
Yeah,
but
go
yeah,
on.
some of the spots in that match, Axiom Spanish Fly to Dawkins outside, which I thought was going to go through Champa, and then
Yeah.
and then didn't do, thankfully. Um, the big one that I feel like I have to mention, and I will mention, and then I'll let Callum speak for a little bit before I take everything to do with this, is Candice LeRae's bump
That was
through
a
the ladder.
heavy bump, that.
Yeah.
Absolute insanity, because one thing I was sort of doing it and I was writing stuff down as I was doing it, but I do love the callback to not TLC 1 but TLC 2, where we had the interference from B-Fab, Candice and Nikki, but then obviously later
Oh,
more of
yeah.
the Wyatt Six, linking back to Rhino, Spike Dudley, Lita, all getting involved in that one. But the Candice bump was insane. And there was a very, very good and funny, if you can see it, extra on, I think it'll be on WWE's YouTube channel, where DIY and Candice LeRae getting interviewed after the match. And Johnny Gargano's going, oh, why can't I talk? Why am I talking like this? Ciampa's just sat on a chair. Candice is like, I went through a table. Like I went through a ladder. I fell off a ladder and I went through a ladder. And Ciampa's going, she's a mum to a child. And Street Profits, what are you doing? Why have you done this? But I absolutely loved it. Callum, you can speak. I'm going to disappear for a second because it's too warm in this room, and I'm
Oh,
just going
Okay.
to baggy a t-shirt.
Great magic trick. Ah, you see, that's what happens. You spend 20 quid on a burning heart shirt.
yeah. What
Go
you
3
need
grand
is a
like
3 grand
go
vest.
3 grand like Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah. 3 grand.
The only criticism of this match I have is the fact that I was foolish enough to start watching SummerSlam at about 10 past 12, night two,
Right.
because I was watching a game of football, Everton Man U,
Hmm.
which finished at midnight. And I was like, okay, right, SummerSlam started at 11. Let's go and put it on, and I'll sort of catch up as the show goes on. I put Netflix on. Now Netflix doesn't have the same feature that the network used to do. So you can play it from the beginning, but not until you've actually opened the show up itself.
Yes.
So I opened the show up itself and think, right, please do not spoil anything. If it's just during someone's entrance, that's perfectly fine. I turn it on, and there I see Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis holding the titles after winning the TLC match.
Oh no.
So I instantly know the result of one of the matches that I'm looking forward to the most. But that didn't spoil the match at all.
No.
Like the things that Loomis's leg drop on, I want to say Ford.
Yes.
Through the table on the outside was ridiculous. The Matt Hardy, Bubba Ray Dudley spot that Ciampa and Gargano did, where they got pushed off the ladder and went through the tables on the outside, was incredible. The bit where Ciampa had the ladder pulled away from him and he was left there dangling with the titles. Fraser jumped off the ladder, did like a forward roll, and then got super kicked by Gargano was ridiculous.
Well,
I mean,
that whole thing, just to mention, like I thought they were generally going to do the spear spot,
so
and
did
then
I.
the fact that he pulled himself up,
Yeah,
And stayed there.
insane.
Like
just
that was
ridiculous.
mad. Like mad.
Like Andrade doing the sunset flip powerbomb onto Howdy. Street Profits failing with like the back suplex onto Gacy and then bringing him back into the ring to do it properly onto the ladder was hilarious. Just so many like incredible spots. And I know I mentioned the one criticism that I just had, because I saw the result beforehand. I was surprised that the Wyatt 6-1. Like, I thought this would have been an opportunity to give it to Aphraxium or even Andrade and Phoenix.
I
genuinely thought it was going to be Andrade Phoenix.
I put it
that being every.
I did put Andrade and Phoenix down as my winners on the predictions league. Like
I did, and I'm just going to say this now publicly. I'm retiring from the predictions league because I did terribly on this one, so I'm not doing it again.
Oh, don't worry. So did I. I think I've got 2 right on the night one.
Like all a bit of fun.
I did terribly.
Well, we'll do it.
Awful. I didn't even predict a cash in.
What was I predicted the cash in?
Oh, I think I did.
What we should do is we should see out of the 3 of us where we are rather than fighting with 50, 60 people, whatever it is.
And Thea.
And Thea.
Yeah. I don't think she did. I don't know if she did well, to be honest with you. I don't know. I only don't know because she very rarely bets against Cena and she won't bet against Gunther. So
right, okay.
So she just she outright will not let.
Yeah.
She's just like, no, Gunther's winning because she loves him. You should have seen her when he had us when he got busted open. Like she was like, no, no, no. Like, who's this? Why is he doing it? I was like, that's CM Punk. So yeah, I wasn't happy about it. I'll be honest with you. Anyway, yeah, TLC match was. So not like skipping ahead because I don't want to do that, but off podcast, you mentioned that you have quite a high rating for a particular match. I am assuming this is the quite high rated match.
It is mine anyway.
Yeah, I've got 2 5-star matches, and yeah, this TLC match rates very high.
Okie doke. Right. So another top moment out of the 3. Second top moment. Well, not really. I don't really know if we're doing not really in order. More in time scale. Like this happened and then this happened and then this happened.
But if you're doing it that way, you've done it wrong because TLC was on that too.
Oh yeah, it was.
We'll do 3, 2, 1.
Whatever.
Cocked it already. It's cocked in the already.
Ruined it. We're not doing this again. Seth cashing in. Did you see this one coming? Clearly not, because you didn't put a cash in.
Well, I feel like I did, but I was umming and ahhing about the way that it was going to go. In that part of me was thinking, is it going to be a cash in that is essentially the Bronze go in, batter him, and then Seth just comes in injured and pins him? Or is it going to be a fake? Is it going to be a fake injury thing? Because the funny gif of Kevin Nash being sat down with his leg in plaster, and then he immediately
Yeah,
wanking
yeah,
up and stands
yeah,
up, kept going around.
yeah,
But then I was sort of Punk won. So there was a point in the match where Michael Cole said on commentary, Gunther got busted open. And this is the whole weird thing to me about this one, is that he got busted open, which I'm assuming was a blade job underneath the table.
Mm.
And because the blood was nowhere near his nose at that point.
yeah,
And Michael Cole said, Gunther's possibly broke his nose.
yeah,
And then because I'd already read the stuff about Gunther having a nose issue and going away to get surgery and all this kind of stuff, I thought, right, this is them setting it up then. And then
mhm,
at that point, Punk's winning. And if Punk's winning, Seth's cashing in.
yeah,
Because no way in hell, no chance in hell, whether he's injured or not, should the storyline miss this.
yeah,
Mm.
Because realistically, it's that thing of last year Punk doing anything that he can do to cost Drew the title, Seth doing anything he can do to cost Punk the title.
yeah.
And the mirror image of both of those cash-ins is very, very interesting. But him coming out,
We're going to end up being a tag team, aren't they?
Punk and Drew,
Yeah, we're going to end up being like the 5 minute 46 crew or something. Know what I mean?
yeah,
Just
t-shirts.
yeah, know what I mean?
Um, but yeah, the Seth coming out, dropping the crutches, taking the brace off. I was like, yeah, this is happening. And yeah, I mean, big moment to end night one. Um, obviously, I felt a little bit for Punk after, especially after all the WWE and Real stuff, where it's like he's finally world champion again, and then this
Yeah,
happened. Because my concern now is surely he has to get vengeance somewhere to get the title back. But then that never happened with Drew.
no. So they're going to
No.
be a tag team, both disgruntled.
Look out, Finn and JD.
Yeah, they're going to be a tag team. That's what
Yeah.
happened. I will say the cash in. I kind of so there was a lot of talk of it, and in my head I was a bit like, if they're talking about it so much, not they're talking about it, but there's so much like chatter on the internet and that everything, it's obviously gonna blah blah blah. Are they just gonna pull a swerve and not ever happen, right?
Mm.
Mm.
Um, and then I was like, no, because they wouldn't change the storyline over that. Like, um, I will say I have never, I can't remember a time or a storyline where someone's won the title and there's been a mega pop for them winning the title. And then someone's music hitting and they being a mega pop for that person. But then they come out on crutches and everyone's like, all right, he's just here to be like, I'm still here, just so you know.
Mm.
So everyone kind of pitted down a little bit because everyone was like, oh, God. And then as he walked away, I think if Heyman walked away with him, it would have been more believable. I
Yeah.
think the
Mm.
fact that Heyman stayed where he stayed, I was like, oh shit. Like, so
Mm.
to have both them things happen, I've seen it 100 times over. To have it pitted down and then the crutches hit the floor and it go right back up again. I've never seen anything like that. It was like insane. Like, I
Yeah.
was watching it like, wow. Like, I felt it was one of them times. I say it all the time. It's like, it's very rare that they can't get you like
Mm.
these days because you kind of know a little bit too much and we read a little bit too much and we talk a lot and everything to do with it, which is I suppose the nature of the beast sitting here having a podcast. But that bit did when he came out on the crutches, I was like, oh, I don't know how are they gonna, I don't know how this is gonna work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, I was like the crutches at the floor, and I was like, oh shit, like so. That was cool. That was a proper cool moment. So yeah, I'm not sure I like the idea of Punk only being a champ for 5 minutes. But at the same time, I'm not sure he really wants to be champ, to be completely honest. I know he didn't in AEW, and he was because he said in
Yeah.
the past, I'd never wanted to be world champ. It wasn't about that. But he was like, I understand the adding my name to the lineage of it makes sense. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? Like adding
Yeah.
my name to a former world champ and having my name attached to being the world champion AEW. I think Brian's kind of the same. Daniel Bryan was like, I don't really need to win it. Like, it's not really about that, but the understanding of why you're there and blah blah blah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. You know what I mean? So, um, I don't know whether he's going to win it back and have a year-long run with the title. I don't think it's going to happen. Do you know what I
I
mean?
wouldn't say so, but I mean, part of me I think, would like for him to win it back off Seth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I wonder if that is actually the way that it's going to go, and whether or
yeah,
not it's just going to be in Seth maybe taking it to Mania.
maybe. I don't know. But I will say, totally going off on a tangent. If anyone's listening or watching or anything and has got any clue about what was going to happen with the real World Championship in AEW with the X on, let me know because I don't know what that like. That just ended because it just ended. Wonder what they
Oh,
were
because
gonna
what was Punk going to do? Still carrying it forward type thing. They would
do.
have
Yeah,
done a
like
unification match, surely. They
Yeah.
would have done Punk and MJF in a match.
I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, just wondered.
Well, just to mention an AEW thing that only occurred to me this morning when I read it on Reddit,
Go for it.
is that I read it on Reddit. Mox is facing Darby Allin at Forbidden Door, and one of the comments on it was, "This is what happens when you book Forbidden Door during the G1." Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said this. I said this to Rach literally this morning because I was
yeah,
watching AEW and I was like, they were doing the tag team tournament and I was like, none of these tag teams are in New Japan. Like, why
yeah,
would you not have one?
you're getting barely any New Japan guys.
Yeah, and then you've
And
got
I get it because Tony still wanted to do the let's take everything over to the UK for that
no,
weekend
yeah, that
because
makes sense.
that
Yeah,
weekend, but Coldplay, the bastards, have beat us to it. Is it Coldplay or is it Oasis? One of the
I think
two.
it's Coldplay this year.
yeah,
Yeah. So we can't do all in, so let's do Forbidden Door. But I think at that point, I would have just said, do Forbidden Door when you usually do Forbidden Door, or do it earlier in the year, and then we could have just had like a dynasty or or what. It doesn't
Or
have to be that specific
gonna say
pay-per-view.
like a Wrestle Kingdom even.
yeah.
Well, Wrestle Dream is the one that they do, isn't it? But
But
I
not
mean,
yeah, so I meant Wrestle Dream.
you'd
Wrestle
still
Kingdom was
need
in my head because of New Japan.
no, actually, just do All Out
Yeah.
because they've just had All In and they've done the big Texas show. Just do All Out.
Do Forbidden Door and see the smart money to me anyway
Do Forbidden
says,
Door and do it with Progress.
well, not well, yeah, kind of. So you do Forbidden Door, but you do it with UK people.
Rev
So it's
Pro.
like, yeah, so you do like Rev Pro and you do the Progress and you
Yeah.
just put a massive spotlight
Yeah.
on British wrestling. Like that's what I would.
Well, yeah, because you could do a AEW champion Hangman Page versus a Rev Pro champion of Ricky Knight Jr.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Versus
yeah.
Luke
Like you've
Jacobs in
already
a
got
triple
Oku
threat.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, having Oku there isn't a thing because he's
Well,
already
what would have happened with the tag titles then, to Callum's point? Because Young Guns are Rev Pro tag champs, it would have been Young Guns versus Hurt Syndicate.
there. You go.
And there
Very
you go. But Hurt Syndicate would have won because they don't want to lose to anybody, apparently.
Oh yeah, apparently
But I
so.
digress.
Anyway, have you got anything to add about Seth's cashing?
I was frustrated because
Oh,
it's one of those really stupid feelings in wrestling when your two favorite wrestlers face off against one another, and when one of them wins, you're like, okay, that's fine, and when the other one loses, like, oh, okay. I was so in for a Punk title reign because he's now 46. I mean, he's 47 in October, so
yeah,
you don't know how many more world title reigns he has left in him, if any, now. And the match that he had against Gunter was really good too. Loved the finish. I thought Seth was what I expected out of the finish was Punk to hit a GTS, but be too exhausted for the pinfall and sort of fall backwards, and then Seth come down. So that
um,
making it a triple threat, similar to WrestleMania 31.
mm,
Um, but Punk winning was great, and I was like, okay, well, if that's the end of the show, that's the end of the show. And then Seth's music hit, and I was like, oh, Punk's only having a 4 minute title reign. And it's the thing of, even if Punk had like a 1 or 2 day title reign, it's still more than 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 minutes.
yeah,
And I think there could be so much made out of Punk being world champion I mean, what, for 4 minutes, him and Cena were the two world champions, which is a pretty surreal thing to think about. But
Mm.
to have like possibly like Punk versus Cody at Crown Jewel would have been really fun. Um, yeah, I'm not surprised Seth's the champion because I think he was always going to successfully cash in that briefcase. But the thing that really surprises me is how they've worked this into the storyline.
Yeah,
Because I think post WrestleMania 41, when Seth and Co took out everyone, including Roman Reigns, I was thinking, oh, so we're going to get Reigns versus Rollins at SummerSlam.
mm,
So I was really confused when Reigns returned post Saturday night's main event that they went the route of Reigns and Jay versus Breaker and Braun, because I feel that they only did that match because Seth was out injured, and instead they did that match because they were doing this as a storyline. Um, so yeah, and I'm not a big fan of them stretching out the Rollins Punk feud any longer than it already has been. So
this because it's like this is the equivalent of two kids boxing. Like you've got two kids and they're boxing each other, and you're like, well, I can't root for one of them to win.
yeah,
So
it's like Lisa on ice. It's like Lisa and
yeah,
Bart being
yeah,
opposition in a game of
yeah,
ice hockey, and
yeah.
Homer can't decide which one he has to support because he
There you
likes them
go.
both
Is
so
that what it's
much.
like?
And in the end, they're both going to lose at some point, Punk and Rollins, and both Punk and Rollins will be losers in my eyes.
What a pair of losers. So the last top three moments, obviously, right at the end. This is going to be an interesting conversation. I would be all ears for this one because it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Brock Lesnar returning. Um, I am going to stand back on this one because used to seem really annoyed by it, we'll say. Um, so use do you.
I'm gonna let Callum go first.
Okay.
Oh goody. Well, I thought the title run got it wrong. I thought that they'd put an extra B in. I didn't think it would be Brock. I thought it would be Rock confronting Cena. So I thought, well, they've messed up there with the music and the Titantron. Um, I'm annoyed. I really am, and I'm going to take all of the allegations out of it first and go on to that in a bit. I don't think we need to see Brock Lesnar versus John Cena in 2025 anyway. Um, I don't really think we need to see Brock Lesnar in 2025. And again, that's excluding all of the allegations that have been made against him. Um, it's a shame that they did John Cena versus CM Punk at a Saudi show and didn't save it for one of Cena's final matches, because in terms of historic rivalries and historic feuds for John Cena, Brock Lesnar doesn't even rank in the top five for me. Um,
Really? I
Obviously, seriously, yeah. Um,
think it does for me.
See, I would have Edge, Randy, Punk, AJ, and then Michaels.
I probably wouldn't have AJ, I don't think.
I'd have AJ. I don't think I'd have Michaels.
I had to
Interesting.
think of Michaels out the back of my head
Well,
because I couldn't actually think of the fifth one.
this is a
Um,
future episode for when he's retired, I guess.
but and then on to the actual accusation side of things with Brock. And to risk Ty getting sued, I will quickly say allegations that have surrounded Brock over the last 18 months of being involved in the Vince McMahon and Janelle Grant um, suit law
Yeah.
case. I just think it's so ill-timed for someone who is involved in that case to come back. Um, like people know, most people know why he hasn't been around. Like it's not like he's been injured. It's not like he was fired from the company for any other reason. You're basically telling your audience, oh, it's fine that you could be involved in this sexual trafficking case and still come back and wrestle. And I just find that very uncomfortable to accept, especially after what's happened here in the UK over like the last 4 or 5 years with the speaking out movement.
Mm.
And amazing, not obviously not amazingly, but the week of Brock Lesnar's return has also opened up the the thoughts of David Starr, Joey Ryan, and Jimmy Havoc possibly returning to the indie scene.
All been
And I
cancelled
find,
now.
thankfully, they've all been cancelled.
Yeah, all the
But
shows
at
have
the
been.
same time, it was just all very badly timed with that and the Brock
Did you see
Lesnar
the other one about
story.
Jimmy Havoc?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there was a wrestler in Rise in I can't remember the show was. I think it was Newcastle. And he's called Brett Semtex, and he came out after his match and called out Jimmy Havoc for a match. And Rise put out a sort of a statement saying they didn't know that he was going to do that. Jimmy Havoc isn't scheduled to appear for them at all. But rumors are circulating that whether that's true or not.
Yes.
Um, because someone on Reddit is very sort of adamant that he knows that Jimmy has been booked for Rise's October show. Again, whether that's truth or not,
Mm.
but it's so bizarre that for all of this to start happening in the same weekend, like you're talking about Callum, and like
yeah.
Lesnar to come out of the woodwork, and yeah,
And
it's
I think,
we can't get to a point, and I thought about this a lot. We can't get to a point where these people just come back and it just gets normalized. And what I mean by these people is the people who legitimately have had wrongdoings proven, not just allegations, because I think the difference with an allegation is you can say that someone has done something, you can accuse somebody of doing something, but it is that thing of innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
And whether that means that you're then wearing egg on your face afterwards because you've still continued to use them and book them, but actually you then find out that, oh, actually everything that was said about them was true.
Hmm.
But what is being smartly done by all these companies is they're not using them while investigations are ongoing. Because the one thing that's happening with the Janelle Grant lawsuit and Lesnar being mentioned in it is that now it's either at arbitration or they've reached a settlement. And at that point, if WWE's legal team have cleared Lesnar of any wrongdoing, at that point you're sort of going, well, yeah, he had those horrible allegations against him and the accusations against him, but if he's found to have done nothing wrong, then we kind of need to go again innocent while proven guilty. Because I think the other flip side to it is that a lot of what was alleged was that he was offered, Janelle Grant was offered up to him by Vince McMahon. Now, if he's not done anything at that point with that, he hasn't actually done anything wrong.
Well,
It's wrongdoing on Vince's side.
yeah, that's the thing I was gonna say. Like, not, I'm like, I'm not on anyone's side with this. To be honest with you, I'm not like, oh, well, they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that. I understand the idea of it, and these allegations are a big thing. Like, there's no two ways about it. But you could argue that, not argue the toss, I suppose. But when all this stuff came out, WWE's legal team and whatever team and anybody else who needed to be there from TKO basically got rid of the guy. They got rid of the guy who built WWE because of all this stuff. Like, they were like, this can't happen, so he needs to go. Like, maybe they didn't do it in the best way, but that's what's happened. Like, he doesn't get mentioned. He isn't there. He doesn't have any control. He's not part of the company, even though Vince McMahon and WWE are synonymous and forever linked, whether you don't want them to be or not. So my thing is, if they've done that with Vince, there's got to be a point where the people in WWE, like, whether he's done stuff that is morally questionable, or talking Brock now, whether he's done stuff that is morally questionable or like is a bit, maybe you shouldn't do that or I wouldn't do that or whatever you want, however you want to put it. I feel like the legal side of things had to have been, this is okay. because
Yeah.
there's absolutely no way that they would bail Vince McMahon and then in the same breath, only a few years later, be like, "Oh no, Brock's fine to be here," even though he's he's done the same things and blah 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 and everything else that's gone on. And so it must be a thing. Like that's where my head's gone. It's that it's like WWE must have cleared them of this stuff. There's no absolutely no way as a company, like a publicly traded company, that they're gonna let him come back and have all this backlash if they can't back up the fact that he hasn't done anything. Like
The
just
only thing I
for
would say to that is that that's the WWE investigation, perhaps not external. I think that's the thing I
no,
feel
but
sort of slightly like strange about that, where it's written as the WWE legal team, but that's just them. That's not been
Yeah.
done in like an external matter.
There is the
It's like
concern of bias there as well.
it's like when Vince the whole stuff about Vince broke out in 2022,
mm,
and it was like the internal investigation found Vince McMahon, that he hadn't done anything wrong or something, and I was like, yeah, but that's your own team.
yeah, I
That that's
get
the
that,
is
but
I do find that odd. I mean, the only thing I would like add to all of this is that, I mean, if it had leaked that he was coming back, then obviously it wouldn't have been a surprise.
yeah,
But at the same time, considering the how sensitive this subject is and how important this subject is to discuss, I feel that it's something that the talent and roster, I'd like to think that they would have been made aware of it with a couple of days or weeks notice,
yeah,
because of everything that has happened over like the last 18 months. I would hate to be in a situation where I'm there backstage and thinking, wait, what's he doing back here? Why have we not been told about this?
yeah,
Because it is completely different to like CM Punk returning. Yes, he bashed the company in the past, but he hadn't been accused of certain
oh,
allegations.
that's the thing in it. I just
Um, so
what?
like for Brock returning, it must have taken quite a lot of planning to
Yeah,
happen because of everything that had gone on. Um, and for them not to do the press conferences as well, I find really strange, because obviously, like, the first question at a press conference to
oh, 100
anyone
percent,
would
yeah,
have been, "What do you think of Brock Lesnar returning? Does it mean that he's cleared?" And I can sort of understand it in a way why they're not doing it, because for like, why ask Naomi on her thoughts on Brock Lesnar's return?
yeah,
But at the same time, the mixed messaging this week has been really difficult to come to terms with. Like the whole thing of, oh, John Cena wanted to face Brock Lesnar on his final year, and then the next day it was, oh, Nick Khan and Triple H got in contact with Brock Lesnar. So which one is it? Just come out and say,
yeah,
this is why we've brought him back. It's not because of John Cena wanting to face him. It's because we want to do this. It feels very,
You
it
feel
feels
like
quite political to me, like of trying to say one thing and then the next day like reverse it.
mm, I feel like I know the answer to this question already, but were you both more surprised about the fact that there wasn't a double turn or the fact that it was Lesnar?
The fact it was Lesnar.
um, yeah, Lesnar, I think. I
Because
mean,
I
the
only mentioned
whole,
the double turn because you were both sort of adamant that
yeah, I think the idea of Cena being back to Cena after a 4 minute promo is a bit lazy.
well, that's why I said to Callum in our chat, I was like, you've been had hook, line, and sinker there because genuinely, even to the point where he was coming out and he had all the bright lights and the big colours and all that kind of stuff, I genuinely thought the first thing he was going to do was kick him in the nads,
Yeah,
and it was just going to be like, nah, I've had you all here. But
yeah,
the fact that they sort of carried it on, it was very much a sort of Cena's greatest hits match
yeah.
in that he was
I
hitting
thought it was
every.
going to be, so the entrance I thought was going to be the other way around. So I thought the entrance was going to be, no, 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 lights and let's go to
And
work
then
still.
record scratch.
Yeah, and then it just pure go black,
Yeah.
and then it just come back, and he's just like, nah, like, no, that's not happening. But
Not to spoil where we're going later because we're going to predict the card for Clash later.
yeah,
Have either of you got Cena Lesnar down on your Clash card?
yes.
Yeah.
See, because I've not.
Do you think it's a bigger one?
Because I was wondering about it. Is it a crown jewel?
Hmm.
Crown
Mm.
Jewel in the point where they've probably told Lesnar, "Don't worry, it's in Saudi," and then he gets on
No,
the
it's
plane.
not. It's in Perth.
It's in Perth.
No, I know, but that's what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
Oh yeah.
don't worry, Brock,
and
it's in Saudi, and then
that'd
they
be
stick him
great.
on a yeah,
He
then they
gets
stick him
sent
on
to
a plane to
Saudi and no one else
Australia.
is there.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
just being a ring by himself. That'd be
our
perfect.
truth. Um, because the ones that go through my head. So again, we had this conversation. I put these in our chat that Cena's final dates are very limited in terms of build to other matches. So he's got SmackDown on Friday, which is obviously the point where he's gonna address what happened at SummerSlam. He's got the SmackDown before, actually not directly before, a week before Clash in Paris. He's got Clash in Paris. Then he's got the SmackDown after that. He has a Raw on the 15th of September. Then he has Crown Jewel Perth, Survivor Series War Games, and then his retirement match at some point in December.
That
So to
ruthless. Yeah.
me, and this is why I said to both of you, I said I was convinced that he was going to retain, is because to me, if he's not on TV much before Crown Jewel, so he's on it for like 2 episodes before Crown Jewel, that's because the build to that is that he's just facing Rollins at that point for the big fancy title,
Yeah.
which clearly now isn't happening. And it looks like we might then get Cody and Seth for the big fancy title. Um,
Codes are going back to back.
Cody going back to back. Oh
He
yeah,
won it
yeah,
last year.
yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
He'll
so
come out
that
with the belt.
he's
Whoa.
defending the title, isn't he?
He'll have got a belt to Mercedes Moné by the end of
Yeah.
next year.
So my thinking with this is it very much could be a Clash thing. It also very much could be a Crown Jewel thing because you've got enough time to build them both. The intriguing one for me as well is that there are 6 weeks between Crown Jewel Perth and Survivor Series War Games where he's not on any weekly TV, but he's going to be at War Games. So is he going to be at War Games to announce his final opponent,
Or is he going to be like the secret opponent? Like we
a
need
secret
Well,
partner?
the
partner, yeah,
secret
we need.
partner.
Is he
Cody
going to
needs
be in War
somebody.
Games?
Know what I mean? I think he'd be in War Games.
Do you reckon?
I'm gonna throw it out right now though, right? I can get past everything that WWE want to do. I'm okay with it. All right. You do you. I'm still gonna watch the product. I'm not I'm over the fact of like, oh, cancel the network. Like I'm over that, right? I know I'm gonna watch it. So I'm not gonna upset myself by being like, oh, they're going to Saudi Arabia. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna watch it because that's what I do. Bring them Brock back. I'm gonna watch it. That's what I do. Like I'm an idiot. Whatever. It sounds, but I swear to all that is holy. Like if they have his retirement match on a Saturday night main event, I am gonna flip my lid.
With adverts on YouTube.
Like I am going to lose my
Well,
absolute mind.
that's a
He
fair
gets
point, that Callum, because I've not watched any Saturday night's main events because I can't do it.
no.
Yeah,
Can't deal with the adverts.
no, it's a
I mean, like,
nightmare.
imagine if Cena gets Goldberged and like he loses
Exactly.
his final match. He cuts a promo and you only hear like the first 30 seconds of the promo because it's the
Yeah.
end of the show.
There's got to
I
be a
wanna
specific Saturday night's main event style thing that they're going to do, but specifically just for Cena.
no. Well, early
Don't
on,
call it Saturday
they're
night's main event.
doing,
Call it like Cena's final stand or something like that.
yeah. So the
Something
early
like
on
Homecoming.
of it being
Yeah.
a pay-per-view called Ruthless Aggression,
Mm,
and then doing that, which
yeah. But when are you going to announce that?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I swear, like there's so many things that they do that I'm like, I'm just gonna keep watching. That's what I do. I've done it for 30 years. Like I'm gonna carry on. But John Cena going out on a Saturday night main event. Oh no. Oh no. 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 It's not for me. It's not for me. Anywho, uh,
Anyway,
anywho. Do you before we move on, just a yeah or no? Do you think Brock's back for this match or Brock's back?
I mean, what is the difference there? Brock's back for this match, but then he'll be back whenever someone gives him a ring and has another idea for a match.
True.
You know,
True. Okay. I said off podcast that Rach did my reaction, and I was like, I cannot post this. We we will have a lot of people who don't like SLTD. I'll be honest with you, and I don't need that heat in my life. I'll be honest. Um, Right, we'll move on to some hidden gems from SummerSlam. I'm going to throw it out there right now, and I'm only asking you, Adam. Like,
Hmm.
this isn't anything to do with anybody else. Um, the abundance of Eddie references,
Yeah.
um, what AJ's gear, the way he came out, like everything about that. Are you like love it, or are you like what the hell?
No, my choice of hidden gem originally was TLC until we decided that we're going to put it in the top three. But my choice of hidden gem is the whole, as I will refer to it, the Eddie Guerrero Memorial match, which
Yeah,
happened between AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio. Because the whole obviously it plays into the mind game stuff that AJ has been doing with Dom. The gear was on point, by the way. Like it looked absolutely superb for what it was. The low rider, the references, the bits in the match that they did. The idea that, Dom's going around celebrating his 20th anniversary in WWE because it's been 20 years since the custody of Dominic ladder match and all that kind of stuff. Like, because it kind of only hit me the other day because a lot of stuff I'm doing at the minute about Eddie Guerrero and doing research and stuff is it's 20 years this year since he died.
that's
um yeah, so November 13th, I believe, will be 20 years since he died.
yeah,
So it'd be interesting to see if they do something around that, or at least sort of mention it. I mean, then the other one, the proper stickler that's been getting me, is all the stuff that I've been reading and sort of preparing for. He died when he was 38, and I think obviously we all already knew that, but
yeah.
I'm sat there, 35 years old, going shit.
Well, I'm
Like
sitting here 38, and you've just gone, hey, he
yeah,
died at 38. And I
yeah,
was just about to say before about John Cena, I was like, bloody hell, at the end of the year, I will have seen all of John Cena. I was seeing every one of John Cena's matches in WWE,
yeah,
like at the end of the year, because I've been a wrestling fan that long. Now I'm
yeah.
thinking, I might not make it. Know what I mean? Because he was only 38. Like, what the hell? I can't believe it's been 20 years. That's mad.
20 years, absolute madness, isn't it?
Yeah, madness. Yeah.
But yeah, that was my hidden gem. The match was good, but all the Eddie references and stuff like that, and the fact that you still get a crowd chanting Eddie,
Yeah.
and even when Phoenix and Andrade did the Three Amigos and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like
The,
it's never gonna go away.
the end of that match with the boot annoyed me a little bit because you couldn't get.
Well, the end of the match with the boot is a callback to him and Kurt from Mania
Yes,
20.
I know the idea behind it.
Yeah,
I was just like, they haven't worked this out because he couldn't get the boot off. And I was just
yeah,
like, they should have really prepped this a little bit better to be like, right, what position as well because it was the calf crusher. It's an awkward position to be in.
yeah,
Like obviously the ankle lock is different because you can like wiggle the shoe and it comes off, but you're in an awkward position trying to know what I mean. But yeah, that was the only like thing I was a bit like, oh, that's sad because you just want it to go well. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
Cam,
that's my hidden gem.
yeah,
So there you
Cam,
go.
what is your hidden gem?
My hidden gem is to do with the performance of Roman Reigns.
Ooh,
Obviously seen him as a heel for best part of 5 years now. In
yeah,
fact, it's almost 5 years ago today when he returned at that year's SummerSlam and aligned himself with Paul Heyman.
what an
So,
absolute specimen of a man.
so pretty much like the last two or three matches that he's had, he's gone back to being a face.
Yeah,
And like that dive that he did over the top rope to take out Braun Bronson, he got so much air. Like it was ridiculous how far he actually travelled for someone of his size. It was
And
just
that was
ridiculous.
Undertaker Mania 25 worries.
yeah,
Oh, you know what? I watched it and I thought, oh God, where's Deuce?
yeah.
Where's Deuce to
Here's a
catch him?
surprise, it's Domino this time.
Where's Sim Snooker when you need him?
Yeah.
But then his actual selling throughout the match and the way that he's put over, in particular, Bron Breakker over the last few weeks, the the way that he pushed Jay out of the way and took the spear from Bron as well, I thought was really good storytelling. Um, and it makes me upset that Roman has got as famous as he has, that he only goes on like a part-time schedule, because I think that he is someone who, if he was full-time, he would rank up so highly in like our top 10 lists, because so many of his matches have elements of storytelling, like the stuff that we saw with the Bloodline, and then elements of just incredible in-ring action, like the triple threat at WrestleMania and this one. So yeah, the more Roman Reigns matches that we get before he sails off into the sunset, the better, because he's still got it. And I just think 10 years ago when he was getting booed to where he is now, he's just a completely different beast, and it's great to see.
I mean, I am in the same camp as I am with Dominic Mysterio, that I've been saying he's fantastic since him and Seth had the match at SummerSlam, whatever it was, 2020, is it? But yeah, when Reigns was getting booed out the building, I was like the biggest Reigns fan. And yeah, he's like this. He should be this generation's guy. Like he should be the guy. I think he is, but I don't think it really works like that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like you're never gonna have another Hogan. You're never gonna have another Austin. You're never gonna have another Cena. I don't think the world works like that anymore. But if we did, it would be Reigns, I think. But yeah, I do agree. Yeah, he just goes hard. I'm telling you, like he's just like he is good, and he's such a handsome chap as well, isn't he? Like, tell you what, woo! My hidden gem is so before the TLC, we've mentioned that the Hardys and the Dudleys were there. The thing I loved about this was the mention of their match at Bound for Glory. So their final match ever. Like Devon's coming out of retirement, like they're doing the thing. It's just the so I don't want this to sound like I'm shitting on TNA because I'm not. I love TNA. I watch TNA. Like it's proper boss. But not enough people see it. And that's the whole top and bottom. And that's what we've got the issue with, is that it's really good, but it's just not on a big enough channel. Me only kind of gripe with this match, even though it's getting mentioned on WWE stuff, is not enough people are going to see it. I think it's going to be really good. Like I think the proper like going to throw it out there and do, or it's going to be like the final match ever, and you're going to end up with a Kane and Undertaker, Shawn Michaels and Triple H situation, and it's just going to be an absolute stinker. But the fact that they were both there and it was mentioned, and I just was like, this is a bit of me. This like the TNA kid in me is like, this is mad, still bananas. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was my hidden gem of a thing, because I just love all that. I love a little crossover. You know what I mean? What would you say was your match of the night? You've got two, haven't you? I haven't got one.
Well,
I've got
night
one
one
for
and
now.
night two.
Yeah, I haven't got. I don't know. Yeah, go on.
Right, well, if I was doing night one, I'd say Punk and Gunther.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
same.
my match. That's my match of SummerSlam, I would say.
Really?
Yeah, I like the way it all like played out and did its thing. I
Well,
like.
my night two and I would say match of all of SummerSlam is TLC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
me
would.
me and Adam watched the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you, as I said earlier, you bummer TLC matches, Eden.
Just because we
We
like
we
chaos.
was we were both so frustrated that the fact that at WrestleMania 41, when you can have 6 or 7 matches on each night, they didn't put Machine Gun, Street Profits, and DIY. I feel like I'm missing out a team there.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I think
it
it
was
was.
it was just a triangle
It was
Yeah.
just
TLC match, wasn't it? That they didn't put that match on,
oh well,
and
Ross
they put it
Garza went there
on.
as well.
Yes, and then they put it on SmackDown, and it was unreal. It was probably the best match of that WrestleMania week, and they didn't put it on the WrestleMania card. So the fact that they got the opportunity this time on SummerSlam was excellent, and they knocked it out of the park.
Fair. It's fair. Fair, it's fair. It's fair. I'll give you that. It's all good. You know what I mean? Quick fire ratings. We've got a match
Here we
card.
go. Are you ready? Have you? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got a match card.
All right, go on, Colin.
First match of night one was Bron Breakker, the Bronsons, Bron and his son, versus Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I gave it 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5.
Well, we've
Jesus.
started hard here.
3.5.
Jesus Christ, 3.5. So if I'm doing an accumulation,
Wow.
that'd be 4, wouldn't it?
That's 4.
Yeah.
Woo! We started big there. Go on.
The next match is the women's tag team match between Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez out of Judgment Day versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I'll go last on this.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I gave it 3.
I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. To be honest with you, I give it 3 because I love Alexa Bliss.
I prefer Lally.
That's your 3-word review. I prefer Lally.
my
There you go.
review.
It's all sorted. Done.
Also, just to mention, Nikki Nikki Bella, even not Cross, Nikki Bella back in WWE for a month already, and she's delivering pizzas.
Yeah.
Is this the Vince McMahon days? What's going on?
Yeah, these adverts are weird, but anyway.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Next match, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. I gave it begrudgingly 2.5 out of 5.
Yes.
I went 3.
I give it 2.5.
Another nitpick, just to mention, another annoying one. Why isn't Lash Legend doing the Maybelline eyelash advert?
Exactly.
Right there. It's right there,
Yeah. You're printing money here.
man.
Cross's last match in WWE.
Possibly.
No.
You reckon he'll be brought back in 4 years' time?
No, I don't think he's gone.
He's not going, is he?
I don't think he's gone.
He's already doing GCW stuff when he's there. So
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't want to go though, I don't think. Like, I think he's like, I don't know. Go on.
Next up, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
3.
Yeah.
Correct result.
Yeah. So I gave it 3, but I thought I was being generous, if I'm honest.
Tiffany's powering through. I'm staying number 1 in the SLTD 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Next up, the tag team match between Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Muck Paul.
McPaul.
I gave it
Don't got best polls.
I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
I gave it 3.5.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'll give it 3.5. I don't. Right, here's the thing, right? The reason this got 3.5 is purely because of the bump Jelly Roll took.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else. Like, he is. Like, I get it and I like it. And I kind of agree with RVD when he was like, the celebrity thing is a little bit insulting because it's like everybody rallies around this celebrity to make them look like they can do it and they can do it well. And then it takes away from the fact that it's quite hard to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like, I'm not against you. It was good, like, it's all good. When he said that, I was like, yeah, I think I feel exactly the same way. Like, it's nice to have that, like, outside person and blah, blah, and I get all that. I totally understand it. But yeah, I think I'm a bit like, it's everyone around us made them look good. And it's one of the things where it's like someone sitting on the couch, like, that's not that hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
The main event of night one, CM Punk versus Gunter.
If I'm including the cash in, I'll say 4.
Okay. Callum?
4.5 out of 5.
I said 4.5.
What would it have been if you weren't including the cash in?
3.5. Just
Okay.
it wasn't. I just found it very, very slow.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you heard what Brett has apparently said to Gunther?
No.
That he's like, his chops are bullshit. And his wrestling's like some kind of.
Did you say it was like goofy or something?
No, it's good. He said your chops are shit. Your chops look shit, and your wrestling's bad or whatever. But he was like, said it to his face. like, because I was like, you got to make it look real. Them chops don't look real.
They
No wonder
do.
why. No wonder
Yeah,
why
Yeah.
Gunter said Goldberg was his favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. So
Uh, Night 2 opened with Naomi versus the Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I gave it 4 out of 5.
4.
yeah, I gave it 4. This was a good match.
It's good, but it didn't get to the lofty heights of the main one.
No.
No, true.
We are
Uh,
due a draft though, because I think Rhea needs to go to SmackDown.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. Next match, I think me and Alan are giving it 5 out of 5. The TLC match.
5 stars.
Okay. I gave it 4.5.
Okay.
Okay.
I would have given it 4.75, but I don't.
No.
Well, that'll almost be the aggregated score. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Five's on the list anyway, so it's hard to worry about.
next up, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. I gave it 4 out of 5.
3.5.
I really liked this match.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Bailey bit. It was weird. But
Mm.
what did you give it, Callum?
I gave it 4 out of 5.
And you gave it 3.5.
Yeah, because I felt it was a bit overlong, and some bits were a bit sloppy, including the fact that Lyra clearly got her hands out of them zip ties much earlier than she should have done.
Thought that, yeah. I feel like that happened with the cage match as well.
Well, I was going to say this is where I got quite fatigued on night 2 because I was like, how are we having handcuff spots after zip tie spots?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I feel
Not wishing to go into the card too much, but the placement of certain matches felt really awkward. Like
Mhm.
this match or the steel cage match would have made more sense to happen on night 1,
Yeah.
as a replacement for maybe Jade and Tiffy or the Charlotte Alexa title win. 'Cause
Very stipulation heavy.
you had far too many stipulations on this night.
Yeah.
What did you give it, Ty?
4.
4. Yeah. Next up is another 2.5 out of 5 rating for me. Sarah Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. I was 10 minutes behind live, so I didn't watch a lot of this match.
What did you give it?
A 3, I gave it.
I gave it 2. I hated this match. I hated it. Everything about it annoyed the life out of me. Like, everything about it, I was just like, what? Like, they didn't. It's weird, right? Do you know what I don't understand? Is that, like, if you get someone who's like in the Anoa'i family, right? It's like, oh my God, they're the best wrestler ever. I'm totally with it. And then they wrestle each other, and it's awful. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
can't
Isn't it?
wrestle each other. I'm like, oh, what?
I
What?
did not realize Hikaleo was that tall either.
Oh, he's massive, isn't he? But I feel
That's why
like
it's
Can we
called
sort
Tonga
the names
Tonga.
out? Do we need to Tonga, Tonga, Tonga lower?
Tanga Tinga
That's
Tonga
why it's taller. That's why it's taller Tonga.
Taller, longer.
Taller,
Taller,
taller
Tonga.
longer. Taller
Taller,
longer.
longer.
Um, yeah, just the whole, I was like, why? What are they doing here? Like with the interference with everybody, and the spot with the hitting them with the door. It's like, come on, like you can do more. You can do better than hitting people with the door.
Yeah.
Like you're better than that. You've been doing that since 1990. Like stop hitting people in the head with the door, and then stop acting like you don't know what's going to happen when you're leaning over. Like, oh, the best
Head
not to do with
first,
the
chrome
door.
door, mate.
It's like
This is how I usually walk through a door.
I just
It's like
hated it. Like
it's
I
like
was
the
just
new
like,
bloodline has had multiple Paul McCartneys leave it.
Yes.
yeah,
And it's become the MFT, which is just really bad.
yeah. I don't know. I just hated it. I just hated it. I really like Jacob Fatu,
Yeah.
and I quite like Solo. I think he's quite cool, but I was just like, just end it, man. Just you're not doing anyone any favors. And then he got handcuffed, and then 2 seconds later he was just like, bam, and it was like, what was that? What
That's
was the point?
it. No jeopardy. That's all.
He just broke through. He's like, yeah, it'd be better if he got out of them. And they were like, oh, I wonder how he's done that. And then someone, like Corey, was like, oh, yeah, he's been to prison. Like, he knows how to get out of handcuffs. Do you know what I mean?
He's done it
Something like that.
before. Bang.
Yeah. Don't split them. Like, pull a clip out your hair or something. And then,
Just in
like,
case.
you know what I mean?
Always ready.
Yeah. Like, just something. And then a bit, like, yeah, there I am. Always skills, always skills. Go on.
Next up is AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio for the IC title. I've gone 4 out of 5.
I give it 3.5.
Um, I'm giving it 3 because the end annoyed me.
Okay.
But
And
then I feel
then
bad. I'll give it 3.5.
okay. And then the main event, and I was stressed. I rated the main event before the Brock Lesnar return. I
Okay.
re Prior to the return of Brock Lesnar, I gave this 5 out of 5.
Okay.
I gave it 4.5. It was just one near fall too many, I think.
I was watching it right, and I was like, Adam's gonna hate the fact that these so many near and
How many times can you hit an exit? How many
yeah,
times can you hit a crossroads?
when he hit the 2 crossroads and he kicked out, I was like, yeah, that Adam's not gonna like that. And Rachel sitting next to him was like, you two are weird. I was just like, what? I was like, I just know he's gonna be like, send it, like what are you doing? Um,
But
I
the weird thing we're seeing in the story time, the weird thing we're seeing is at no point did he actually look knackered by any of it.
no,
Like he
no,
just wasn't phased by anything that was happening around him. He's just like, yeah, I'll carry him and I'll just stand on this little
yeah.
travelator that'll come up through the floor. It's fine.
Um, that was a cool little shot, like to be fair, and coming up on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they were gonna do it and they were gonna have like a no contest type situation, like it would have been funny because after the event, I was like, it would have been funnier if they like disappeared for a bit and then um when the thing started rising, everyone thought it was like Cena or whatever, and it was Brock with Cena on his back. Like I was like, that
Yeah.
would have been really
Can you
funny.
imagine?
To be like, what? Hang on, what? What's going on? And just five and like cost them the match. I was like, that would have been quite interesting. I am torn with this one because I really like the match and I like that Brock came back much as much as the heat I'm gonna get. I'm gonna give it 4.5. I'll be honest. I can't give it a 5 because it wasn't a 5. It was just no matches a 5. So yeah,
I think I've given 4 or 5 5-star matches this year.
yeah. We should actually
Yeah.
go back. To be fair,
I don't feel very well.
I haven't been updating the thingy properly, the drop kicked properly, because we've missed a few.
Half a job on.
I can't do it when we've missed them.
No, we did. What was the last one that we did?
We didn't do Evolution.
We did
We
stay
didn't.
humble though.
Okay, we didn't do evolution. We didn't do evolution. Is it evolution or evolution? Whatever. We didn't do that. We
It's a
didn't
mystery.
do King of the Ring. Missed a few. Too busy doing other things. I mean, not other things, other podcasts about other stuff because people want us to do podcasts for them because it's like because we're sound. Know what I mean? Um, predictions for Clash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have got Brock Cena. Is that what we're going with?
Well, I'm outvoted, so yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, I've got Brock Cena.
Because the idea is that we're doing a joint one. Ty, are you writing these down?
Yes.
Right.
Everything. Right, everything down.
Right now.
Brock Cena. Okay. I have also got. I've got Rollins versus LA Knight or Punk.
I've got Rollins. Rollins. You know he's not called Rollins. Rollins.
Whatever.
Got Rollins versus Punk and Knight. Triple threat.
Oh,
I've got Fatal 4-way of Rollins, Knight, Punk, and Reigns.
Nope. Nope.
what?
Not a minute. Nope.
No.
Nope. Well,
Right,
at
you're the
first I was
only.
thinking, is it going to end up being Punk, Roman, and Knight versus Seth, Braun, and Braun?
Oh,
But then there was a thing after Raw where they were carrying on the Punk and Knight thing because
right.
Knight was like, "Stay out of my business. You've just ruined this for me." Blah 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 blah. So I think there's a little bit of a thing still to tell there, and I genuinely think the Roman battering of the tsunami is gonna lead him to then not being there for a bit
Yeah.
because the way that I see this is that this could be a Roman just isn't around until a certain point as to when we then get the War Games announcement,
Ah, okay.
because that then I think to me makes a bit more sense.
Hmm.
Okay, so I've put I've put it as a triple threat because I had Seth and LA Knight. You had Seth Knight and Punk,
Yeah.
and Callum just went off on one like he always does.
I just added Roman to the triple threat.
So all three of them are on at least two, so that's fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like Roman, who was off from about WrestleMania end of April until mid-July, and then disappearing again for 3 months? Though, I mean, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
It's what
I've
he
got Reigns
does.
versus Braun, so
Well, my only thing with this, just we'll come to that one in a minute, is like if you were playing that in 2K and it was a fatal four-way for the world title and it was Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and LA Knight. No offense to LA Knight, everyone's going for him.
yeah,
Everyone's like, I'll pin him first because he's the weakest.
yeah,
And I'm winning the title.
100%. Yeah, I've got Reigns there. I've just got him versus Braun.
I've not got Reigns anywhere.
Okay. Well, okay.
Hang
Then,
fire, hold it off.
all right. I've also got. Hang on. I'm not sure who called. I've also got. I've got Aleister Black versus Priest, but I feel like that's going to happen on SmackDown.
It depends if they put a stip on it or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I don't
saying.
have them.
The obvious ones to me from the Raw side, title wise, Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I did write that down. So Lynch.
Um, and Naomi versus Stephanie McCall.
Yeah, got that.
Yeah, Stephanie Velcro.
Yeah. Tell you what, tell you who's making me laugh the most at the minute is Naomi. Like that thing that she did to Io on Raw, where she was just like, "I'm gonna shove one of them horns, and then you're gonna be walking with them." But she turned around, started limping, and just went. I was just like, I was done for. But yeah, I think I don't know who Cody is gonna face. That's the other thing. Like, I'm assuming that there might be like a multi-person match to announce some
Ah,
sort of.
Yeah.
Why are you
I've got
saying?
I've got him against Drew McIntyre. He's the only like
Okay.
actual proper heel on SmackDown.
So hang on. So Drew loses a world title match at a Clash pay-per-view for the third time.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
you make
Yeah.
it quite a nice story. But he's actually a heel on this in this
Yeah, true.
scenario.
No
So
Um,
he'd
one's
be
like
well,
like
from Paris, are they? That's the thing. No one's like bashing Berlin. It made sense because you're like, oh, well, it's close to like Gunther. But
Austria.
yeah. Well, what was it?
also, I will say, Reigns is on the poster.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because I was going to say, do you end up doing a match where just to
Reigns
get
is
the
the
titles
only
on?
person on the poster, by the way.
Eh?
Reigns is the only person on the poster. Keep talking. I'll find
Do
it.
you end up having a match just to get the tag titles on them, where you do not Dom, Finn and JD, LWO, and Braun and Braun? So then Braun and Braun become tag champs.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
But because my
Yeah.
only thing with the Reigns match is that after Raw, I see him wanting to have a match against Bronson Reed more than Bron Breakker.
Mm.
Really?
This
I mean,
whole Shula Fowler thing.
could they possibly do something where this is all dependent on Reigns actually being around for a prolonged period? Could they have something where he faces Bronson at Paris, Bron Breakker at Crown Jewel, and then then face Seth and Co in a War Games match at Survivor Series before facing Seth maybe at the Rumble?
Hmm.
So he has to get through Bronson and Braun before he gets a shot of facing Seth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that time, Seth can have matches against Punk and LA Knight to carry on those stories.
Because I feel like old school booking would have done Reigns versus Braun and Braun and have Reigns win, but then at that point you just make Braun and Braun look shit, don't you? So don't go down that route.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the thing, innit? It's like
yeah,
it's hard to do in the sense of keeping everybody. I guess I hate to say it like the way I'm going to say it, but like keeping everyone looking strong. It's hard to do
well, the other
because
person who was conspicuous by their absence was Jey Uso.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is there anything that's out about him about why he wasn't on Raw or Raw?
Interesting.
No.
Right. So who are we settling on for Cody?
I'm happy to go with Callum McIntyre.
Okay, we can do that. Cody versus Drew. Are we
Or do you
saying
think we
Alistair
get an
Black versus
Orton
Priest is
McIntyre
happening or
match?
not? What?
I was going to say, how do you think we're going to get an Orton McIntyre match?
Mm.
Oh, we had
They did,
that Saturday
they
night's
did
main
that
event,
Saturday
didn't
night's main event,
we? Yeah.
didn't they?
What did you say, Ty?
Cody, Drew, Orton.
Hmm.
Mm.
Two
Interesting.
triple threat main event world title then.
Yeah, you can't have two triple threat. Well,
Yeah.
weird.
Mm.
Unless Cody. No.
Do
Yeah,
Cody Drew.
that's all I've got.
I
I've
feel
got
like we're really stacking this card with 2 world title matches and Brock versus Cena. Like
Mm.
Brock Cena will no, I would assume main event because of it being Cena.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen at Clash.
You think
Okay.
Tiffy's gonna have a match?
I'm ready to eat my words. No, because I feel like at this point now, the one thing that we need to remember is that Triple H for these ones tends to go 5 or 6 matches max.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
true.
then at that point, how many have you got there?
One, two, three, four. I've got five. Not including Alistair versus Priest.
Hmm.
Mm.
So this is the thing. Your SmackDown before might be bolstered by an Aleister Black versus Damian Priest no DQ match or street
Yeah,
fight and a Tiffany Stratton
yeah,
women's title match.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Because
Raw could be bolstered
that's
like
in
by
Paris, isn't it?
like Rusev versus Sheamus or something, or Rusev, Sheamus, and Zayn.
Yeah.
AJ and I mean, I had AJ Dom on this Clash in Paris card, but that would have been my 6th match,
I
and I'm
feel
just
like they
sticking
will
with
get
five
AJ on
matches.
because of last time.
Yes,
Are they not
I
also
would say
doing?
AJ. Yeah, I
Are
would
they
say
also not doing Raw though in Paris?
Yeah, the night after.
I'm gonna put AJ Dom down because I feel like that could happen. Maybe not over.
AJ Dom, if Dom gets disqualified and loses the title.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
And
Also,
Fit and Finn DQ's Dom.
the
Yeah.
WWE Cody's title is just the WWE title.
Oh yeah, I saw that this week.
It's
Yeah.
not undisputed anymore. It is quite disputed. There we go. You were stressing over this format? Did it work for you?
It worked. Yeah.
You like it? It's better
Yeah.
than the other one.
I think so. Yeah. I think
Okay.
we naturally still end up talking quite a bit about SummerSlam because my
But
only thing was
nonsense.
with it was we're now on Thursday. We're 5 days out from night one of SummerSlam or whatever it is. Is it
Yes.
a bit daft that we're sort of pissing into the wind about our thoughts of
Yeah.
after everything's died down? But I think keeping this idea of us looking ahead as
Yeah.
well, I
I
think is a
feel like
bigger thing.
I feel like the three moments is good.
Mm.
I feel like when we're doing the quickfire ratings, we do kind of get a little bit of like, oh, we can do this.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel like these were big moments to start with. I don't know
Because I
what.
think maybe for the next one, there's probably not going to be huge stuff that happens at Clash.
What do you mean? Yeah. So,
And then we might spend more time talking about the journey to Crown Jewel at that point.
mm, mm.
I'd written something else down. I thought we were
Oh,
going to talk about like what happens next to either a certain superstar or certain title.
yeah, we were, but then we didn't really divvy out who was doing what for that one.
No.
Oh, what?
We
I put Raw Tag and Women's US.
Oh, go
uh,
on then. Go on then.
Uh, I mean, you've already mentioned Raw Tag. I think having all of a good chunk of the gold on Raw be in the hands of the Vision, so having Braun and Bronson win those tag titles from Judgment Day, getting the Judgment Day split going as well. I think with Roxanne and Raquel losing the women's tag titles and just everything that Finn's trying to do, he's going to backstab Dom at some point.
mm,
Um, in fact, I was thinking, War Games is in San Diego. Why not have? You could either have the turn happen there, or have something happen there where Dom, who is now a babyface, gets beaten down by Finn, JD, Raquel, and Roxanne. You have Liv Morgan return to help Dom, and then you also have Rey Mysterio return to help Dom in San Diego at War Games.
Oh, oh,
So that would be a pretty fun moment to have Rey and Dom side by side in San Diego. Also around that 20th anniversary of Eddie's passing too, on that
yeah.
month. The month of the 20 years of
Yeah.
Eddie's passing would be a moment.
I don't know. Like, is it too soon to be getting Eddie getting Ray and Dom together? It's too soon.
Part of me struggles to see it, but I feel like I struggle to see a lot of things. That's why I wear glasses. But that's why, like, that sometimes is the better thing because you just got to see it play out, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, backtracking to the Raw tag titles, I think the sooner that they're off Finn and JD, the better. And I'd like them to go on to Bron and Bronson.
Yeah.
We're just
As
doing
for
absolutely nothing. Have you? I'm actually looking for something. By the way, have you? Talking of Eddie and that, have you seen the WWE and Complex drop?
Yeah, but it's a bit too love arty for me.
Okay, just wondering. Keep going,
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, because
um,
I'm just going to have a slight interruption there. Nothing has been announced as yet, but Charlie Sterling has just shared a picture of him beating Cara Noir again. So we are to
Ooh.
just you'll know about it by the time this podcast comes out. But today, Progress are announcing Mike D's Atlas title match for 100 volts, and I think I speak for all of us when I say that we are very hopeful that it's going to be Charlie Sterling. Um, if it ends up being Ethan Allen, as much as I love him, I'm not going to be happy. But
I've got a bad feeling it's going to be your other favourite.
Tate, sod off. No, 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 no. He's only just come back and he's only just beat Margaret Adam Max said Sally's on the no, 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 no.
Anyway,
I
we're
can't wait
gonna
for your email for a refund, asking for a
feel,
refund because Tate Mayfield's on the card. My
If
second
that gets
title.
announced, I'm doing a May 1st face Farron
Okay.
t-shirt.
My
I'm just
my second title for what happens next is the women's US title. Um, because we've seen on the other side of things on Raw, the women's IC title really be elevated by Becky Lynch's run and the feud that she's had with Lyra. We're now going to see her and Nikki have hopefully a really good feud. I mean, judging by the promo on Raw, it's going to be quite a fun feud. Whereas the women's US title has really failed to capture that same magic so far. I
yeah,
think Chelsea had a really good title reign, but it was so rarely used on PLEs, and you never really got like a sort of like a nitty gritty story out of it so far.
I feel like these are
I
trade off a little bit because like the Raw tag team titles are pointless, but
mm,
the women's Intercontinental title is flying, and then on
mm,
SmackDown, the women's US title is pointless, but the
mm,
SmackDown tag titles are flying.
yeah,
So like a trade off where it's like, well, I'm only concentrating on one of them, and it's like,
yeah,
what? Why? What?
yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you
So,
could put Julia against someone like Jade Cargill, who we saw lose against Tiffany this weekend, or even a returning Bianca Belair. And I think
yeah,
those two names being like Julia's first big feud outside of facing Zelina would be quite good and bring and sort of elevate the title, especially if it's Bianca, because she's a star and her return will be huge. So if she were to go after the women's US title, it would definitely give that a little bit of a I don't want to call it a kick up the backside, but it needs that sort of that rocket,
yeah.
and it needs something for people to latch onto because currently it's not had that since its inception.
That moonsault that Zelina gives Julia was gnarly.
Yeah,
But yeah. Um you're right though, in that it is there's a sort of is disparity a word? There's just something just isn't quite working across all the titles.
Yeah.
And would it be a good idea if they assigned a creative writer to a title?
What? What do you mean? In what way?
I don't know. I heard it once on the grapevine that someone had this idea about
I've never
a
heard that
creative
before, Adam.
team
Please
member.
share. That's a great idea.
It's a good idea, isn't it? That
What?
instead of people writing like just general storylines, maybe for a superstar, that they
Yeah.
actually write for a title instead.
Oh my God, so like it doesn't. So like they're just plotting the like
The path of
of
the
the title,
Intercontinental Championship. Yeah.
and then like people slot in and
Yeah.
slot out, and now who's going to be the champ, and that is a very good idea.
I
Whoever
don't
came
know
up
who
with
said.
that knows what they're talking about.
Don't know who it
Deserves
was.
a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
deserves
Scottish
it.
guy, I think. Oh God, it's a Ruby.
Some Scottish guy. Go and see Ty to give him a pram and now. Go on Scotland. What?
Genuinely, it's just how lax days ago. We got back in the car and she went, "Oh, they're Scottish." I was what?
That's so funny. Have you got anything else to add before we wrap this one up?
No.
No? Yeah?
No.
No? No? Okay. Okie dokie. I don't think I've got anything to add. I don't think we're gonna do anything. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. No one's wanting to jump on a train to Paris and go and watch this live.
No.
No, no one fancies it. No.
No.
I considered it, but I was in Paris last year. I don't
I
need to go
mean,
there again.
we're doing Camden priorities.
Yeah, that is true. I'm going to
No.
Paris next year, to be fair.
Hey.
Um, yeah, it's been sorted to go to Disneyland or something.
Oh.
Land, Land's Paris, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. With the people we went to the zoo with the kids and all that stuff.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, it's been the only down. Like this is a super quick tangent. I do apologize, but the only Rachel's cousin went this year, and she was like, "Oh yeah, it was that good," and we met all the Avengers and all stuff like that. And she was like, "There was something that really annoyed me, and it's proper annoyed me, and I can't stop thinking about it." It was like Captain America was French. And I was
No.
like, when you say it, that makes sense. Like, fair play. I like you're in France, you're French, that makes sense. But he shouldn't be, should he?
No, but I know full well that they don't only hire French people to be the cast members, as they call them.
Oh, right, okay.
Because one of the kids who's in my year 12 class, his sister,
Yeah.
works in Disneyland Paris as one of the cast members.
Who is she?
I don't know, but there'll be so while a French person is playing Captain America on the one side, there'll be an English or an American person in Goofy somewhere. So clearly they need to swap. Like,
I mean, the downfall of Captain America is you've got to look a bit like Captain America.
well,
Like,
that's true actually. Yeah. So
like I could do a really good Goofy impression, but if they were like, "Hey, we need the Captain America who isn't French," I'd be like, "I'm out, kid." You know what
what's
I
the French that I can do this all day?
mean?
Something you just Swede, probably.
I've got a really nice bum, I suppose. I could do that. Anyway,
Oh right. Okay.
so yeah, that's what annoyed me. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, it makes sense, but I don't like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
El
Yeah,
Grande Francois.
there you go. There you go. As always, stay safe, stay entertained, and watch the wrestling you want to watch. And we will catch you next time. Bye.